That's the key detail. As his presence and role breach, Florida Statute 812.13, 2A for armed robbery by carrying a firearm during the taking. Legally speaking, this matters because of Florida's felony murder rule. If you join a robbery and someone dies during that crime, you face first-degree murder under Florida Statute 782.041A, even if you didn't fire the shot, add armed robbery, and the exposure multiplies. The analogy is simple, a chain. If you link yourself to the robbery, you link yourself to the foreseeable outcome. The record shows both Cosby and Walton felt that chain, each convicted and sentenced to life, illustrating how the doctrine reaches every participant. This rule educates on joint liability, where participation imputes shared risk to deter group crimes. Now let's trace how the case moves from the interview room to the courtroom. Prosecutors assemble a linear reel, housing complex surveillance, phone logs, witness timelines, and forensic markers like the time of shots fired and the window of flight. Each minute is anchored to corroborated acts. The unusual volume of video coverage closes speculation. When testimony matches the tape, the narrative hardens, which brings us to the trial. The state presents the visuals and the clock. The defense argues context pressure, fear, intent. The jury watches the same sequences the detectives use to corner the contradictions. Victim impact statements put cost on the record. Andrea Campos-Leo's father tells Cosby,
"There's only one place animals like you belong, and that's in prison for the rest of your life."
The room hears grief and sees corroboration. The evidence suggests the timeline speaks louder than motive. The verdict follows the structure. Adrian Cosby is convicted of first-degree murder, first-degree attempted murder, and robbery. The sentence, life for the murder and attempted murder, plus a concurrent 25-year term for armed robbery. Concurrent means the sentences run at the same time, so the life terms control his fate. The jury's quick deliberation signals confidence in the visual record and the prosecution's timeline. During sentencing, the temperature spikes. After being called an animal, Cosby lunges toward the victim's family. Deputies restrain him and clear the moment. It's a flash of defiance that mirrors the interrogation's arc. When facts harden, force can't move them. The judgment stands. The system records the outburst and proceeds. Now consider a different kind of control test. Not a suspect under lights, but a judge under a lens. What happens when the person meant to regulate the room steps into the frame and becomes a story?